We're back with News First. The National Hospital of Sri Lanka marks 150 years of providing premium healthcare to the nation. News First takes a look at the 150-year journey of this great institution that infused life to hundreds of thousands.
Dating back 150 years, the National Hospital of Sri Lanka was initially referred to by the name Petta Hospital during the tenure of Governor Henry Ward. In the past, the National Hospital of Sri Lanka, then called the General Hospital, bore witness to a great number of unfortunate incidents in history. This was the first accident ward of the National Hospital. This area is no longer used for that purpose. However, this is a location that provided emergency care to a large number of patients in the past. If you could recall the bomb blast in Colombo Fort on the 21st of January 1987, this was where the victims of the blast were brought to. A nursing officer who faced that situation spoke to News First.
I was a junior nurse in 1987. A large number of patients were brought in as a result of the fort bomb blast near the Broad Tree. If I recall right, there were around 500 patients brought, but there wasn't enough space to keep them. Today's developed situation was not there then. I feel we didn't have a mechanism to handle sudden disasters, which made it difficult to save patients with expediency.
Dr. Joe Fernando, one of the directors of the National Hospital, reminisced about the past with News First.
I was appointed as the superintendent back then. There was no discipline. It was at a very dismal level. I told the staff to treat this as their own and to treat the patients as their own. That they come here only due to their helplessness. They looked after patients very well at that time. Back then, there was a gross shortage of doctors and nurses. Somehow, we entered into discussions with them. This was the time that doctors started marking overtime. If they worked over 6 hours, we would pay for that. We also gave this benefit to the nurses.
The National Hospital of Sri Lanka, which had its beginnings with just 100 beds and an OPD and traversed on, facing a great deal of obstacles, now has the capacity to deal with any emergency situation with a comprehensive accident ward. Containing the latest equipment including MRI and CT scanning facilities, the National Hospital of Sri Lanka is ready for challenges ahead. A walk was organized this morning in line with the 150th anniversary celebrations of the hospital. A large gathering joined in, including hospital staff and doctors, ministers and MPs.
Today
every person in this hospital, including specialist doctors, provides an excellent service. This hospital provides a premium health service second to none in the world. By now, we have received the most updated state-of-the-art equipment to the hospital. A few years ago, the President inaugurated the neurosurgery unit. Also, the third doctor's unit was opened last year. Next year, an 8-story complex with a massive outpatients department will be declared open. Thereafter, a cardiology complex will also be opened.
The National Hospital, which provided premium health care to the nation for 150 years, continues in its magnanimous venture.
A tour guidebook for the Northern Province was unveiled today in view of World Tourism Day.
The Tourism Forum was organized today by the Tourism Collective of the Northern Province and the Office of the Chief Minister of the Northern Province. The Army and the Navy not only got involved in farming but also the fishing industry. Tourism hotels and golf courses have been constructed and tourists are being invited to those places. The constructions in Kankasanturai and Karinagar are fine examples for this. Lands owned by people are reclaimed and such constructions are taking place. The people are in camps. The Northern Provincial Council is faced with a situation where it cannot create a method for the people to find a way of living. Lands owned by 6,000 of our people have been reclaimed. Courts have not intervened and looked into the intervention of the army on the people's way of living and their rights. Over 2,000 cases have been filed. We have to think about what will happen to them. We are saddened that they have thought of entering the tourism sector of the Northern Province with the intention of allowing people from the south and abroad to take away lands after 2009.